Hello, I'd like to welcome you to this presentation of Discovering Personalities. For the next few minutes, I'll be teaching how to better understand personalities, and more importantly, how to better understand yourself and others for improved communication relationships. Personalities over time have been evaluated by the smartest of scientists, and even today, science wants to know, what makes people tick? Why do we do the things we do? Going back to the earliest of times and up until the present, the desire to predict and understand personalities has greatly increased. Several thousand years ago, a standard model was formed declaring that there are 4 basic personalities. You might recognize them. There is fire, air, earth, and water. And just as it says, fire, hot, driven, wanting to get things done now. Air, breathy, a lot of conversation. Sunshiny. Earth, structured, control, boundaries. Water, deep thinking and emotional. And over these many years, this was the most dominant method to determine what makes people tick. And then came a more accurate method in the early 1900s, personality evaluations. These evaluations simply use questions and answers that place you in one of the same 4 categories. But as you know, that the vast majority of personality evaluations are not much better than astrology, in that you can read almost anyone's personality description and having a feeling that a certain level of you have some part of all of the other personalities in you. Now let's jump to a more modern time. The simple truth is that personality evaluations are measuring if you are right brain or left brain, and if you're an extrovert or an introvert. As you can see, the right brain best understands and focuses on art and music, creativity, intuition, holistic thinking, and humanistic thought. And the left brain is analytic, structure, language, logic, science, and math. But there's a continual challenge keeps coming up in the simple self-evaluations. They only tell you basic descriptions of each personality, and not truly about you. For example, what if you have 2 dominant types? Or what if you use both left and right brain at the same time? Well, what has been found is that not only is this significant, but because of the ability to use computers to do all of the math necessary, no longer is old school self-evaluations good enough. We can not only test if you're left brain or right brain, we can test to see if you use both sides of the brain at the same time, and when you use them. We use colors to describe 6 personalities. As you can see, the red is a left brain extrovert, a doer. The orange uses both sides of the brain as an extrovert and also as a doer. The yellow personality is a right brain extrovert and a doer. The blue is a right brain introvert and a thinker. The teal uses both sides of the brain and is an introvert, a thinker. The green is a left brain introvert and also a thinker. Before you make any judgments about intro or extroverts, let me give you my definition. An extrovert is making decisions while they are engaged. They are doers. An introvert likes to make decisions before engaging. They are thinkers. This is not to say that one is bashful and the other isn't. It is simply to say that if an introvert has a well thought out plan, which they will do before they start, they can be as aggressive as an extrovert. They simply come at it at different approaches. If you'll notice, approximately 70% of the population are extroverts and 30% are introverts. Possibly a better way to explain this is that in a construction company, the 30% design the building and the 70% build the building. If you'll notice that 75% of the left brain people are male and 75% of the right brain people are female. This might give an understanding of why men and women might have challenges of understanding each other. Simply said, we are commonly married to someone that we can't understand because they dominate in the use of the opposite side of the brain than we use. This could be a good description of unconditional love, to be married to someone that you simply can't understand. The colors chosen for the 6 personalities is an industry standard in the interior decorating world or the marketing world, and also fits very nicely in personalities. If you'll notice, the red is the element of fire. It has strong passion, courage, direct, urgent. A decision maker in businesses. It's common for this personality to be managing or making decisions and running a business. The orange has a feeling of warmth, high energy, balance. They're enthusiastic, Vibrancy comes from them, and expansiveness. They're the ones that like to get things started, get things going. High energy, high output. The yellow personality is truly the element of wind. They are sunshine, have imagination, a lot of social energy, cooperation, happiness, very cheerful. These are the cheerleaders of life. The individual's always looking at the cup half full, making sure everybody knows what's going on. The blue individual, element of water, wisdom, protection, spiritual inspiration, reassurance, gentleness, creativity. These individuals are the ones that need to be needed, the feelers and lovers of life. The ones that truly have the deeper thinking skills that virtually every invention that ever was created was first thought of by a blue. The teal personality is calming. They're emotional healing, protection, refreshing, sophisticated. They are of harmony. They're always looking for a perfect solution and usually can create one. The green, the element of earth, physical healing, stability, endurance, freshness, nature, and structure. These are the individuals that keep us safe. They make sure things are going in an appropriate fashion and like to monitor and measure things to make sure the progress of everything is taking place in a safe fashion. And another limiting challenge that is present in other personality tests is they are evaluating you only in one situation. And now the real power of a new time and a new science comes to life. You have not only one personality, but three personalities that come into play at different situations. These three personalities are identified as three levels of consciousness by Sigmund Freud. Let us compare what Freud determined with some of the other scientists to discover other descriptions of the three different levels of consciousness. On the left side, Freud states the three levels as the unconscious, preconscious, and the conscious. Abraham Maslow in the middle developed a triangle that shows a hierarchy of needs that represent the physical needs first, then the emotional, and then the self-awareness. And on the right side, very similar, Paul MacLean also felt that there is a hierarchy of need that he references. He calls the first level of the needs the physical, that isn't controlled by the brainstem, and it's instinctive thinking and instinctive behavior. The limbic part of the brain is more emotional, and it's just above the brainstem, and the neocortex is the rest of the brain, and it controls the higher order thinking skills, more of the conscious brain. As you can see, all three reference a physical or an unconscious part of our personality, and all three reference an emotional or social part of our personality, and all three represent a conscious, creative, higher thinking brain. And when we put them all together with the identity profile, you can have a greater appreciation for the accuracy and depth this profile has. You now can understand your innate personality and who you really are. Your social or printed personality, the one that was taught to you by your parents. And your higher thinking brain, or your conscious personality, the one better determines what you do for fun and your preferred type of employment. The identity profile is truly dynamic. Learn how you shift from one personality to the next and how to manage it for success. Versatile. Learn how your personality influences each area of your life. It's simple, easy to use, easy to learn, and easy to understand. The conscious is active thinking at the highest level of satisfaction. The subconscious is a learned response, a social interaction. The innate is core motivation. It's truly your inner feelings. Again, I would like to congratulate you for finding one of the greatest resources you could ever use for self-discovery, romance, self-leadership, or team leadership. Thank you for visiting our website. My name is Jeff Allen, founder and inventor of the Identity Profile.